Low unemployment, GDP growth, and rising wages. America's economy is booming. But there is one troubling area of the economy that could become a big problem: America's rising national debt.
We have a huge debt and deficit problem in the United States, and we have to figure that out.
America currently owes to its creditors about $22 trillion, a figure that is expected to rise to $27 trillion over the next 4 years. That would be a 38% increase since President Trump took office in 2017, a problem he has previously acknowledged.
We are sitting on a time bomb.
But the more important statistic to look at is a country's debt to GDP ratio. America's federal debt is currently 78% of its GDP, and is estimated to rise to 96% by 2028. That would be the highest percentage since the end of World War II. Many other countries around the world have huge amounts of debt, but according to the International Monetary Fund, the US is the only advanced economy where debt relative to GDP is likely to increase. So how did we get here? Basically, the government has spent more money than it has taken in. The government mainly raises money from taxes and then uses that money to fund Social Security, healthcare, and defense. But the government does not have enough money to pay for these programs and borrows money instead. But how big of a problem is it? Well, it depends. Economists generally agree that increasing the federal debt is often needed when the economy needs a boost, such as when the financial crisis hit in 2007. The problem is that because of the huge tax cuts made by the Trump administration in 2017, this debt is increasing even though the economy is strong. In the first full year of Trump's presidency, the federal deficit rose to its highest level in 6 years, and it's projected to get higher and higher. It led to this rather scary statement from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Rarely have deficits risen when the economy is booming, and never in modern U.S. history have deficits been so high outside of a war or recession or their aftermath. Rising interest rates also mean that American interest payments on this debt alone are getting larger and larger. There is now a fear that we could soon have a debt crisis on our hands, where America is so deep in debt, when the next financial crisis hits, it won't be able to spend its way out of it. So how could this be solved? Many would argue to increase taxes and/or cut government spending. Under President Trump, an increase in taxes seems unlikely. In fact, huge tax cuts were made by his administration in 2017. There also seems little incentive on Capitol Hill to bring down the debt. This is a huge contrast from 5 years ago, when Republicans used it as one of their main lines of attack on the Obama administration.
We know where this path leads, straight into a debt crisis.
This president has proven that he will do almost anything to protect the size and the scope of Washington, D.C.'s burgeoning bureaucracy, including to threaten the economic security of every American by backing us up to the edge of default.
But there are few Republican voices calling for spending to be restricted now. It might not be a crisis yet, but with debt increasing, interest rates rising, and an aging population leading to more people than ever before relying on retirement benefits, the national debt time bomb, as described by President Trump, could one day explode.